You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Tedesco Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to the Stuart Tedesco Show.
I'm like ready.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like ready.
Do you want me to stop?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just funny. I just was like,
Ready.
ready.
What do you think?
I don't know.
What, like you
I
pork?
thought there was going to be a sec. I thought it was going to be like, are you ready? Okay, I'm going to start now.
Your pork and beans are ready? Like what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought it was like going to be a few more seconds.
No.
So I wasn't quite ready.
I can
but
start
I'm
over.
ready now.
Oh, okay, good. Well, welcome again to the Stuart Tedesco
Yes,
Show.
please.
I'm David.
And I am Melissa.
Is that short for anything? Just Melissa?
No, just Melissa.
No,
Yeah.
David
Yeah.
and Dave. Kind of.
Yeah, Melissa does mean honey or bee, though. It's a Greek name. It has origins in Greece, in ancient Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. David's a biblical name, so
It
I
is.
know that.
Which is mildly ironic for me.
Yeah, I know it's because, and you know what I think is cute is that both my husband and his sister's dead name are very biblical names, and even though their parents are their mom's Catholic and dad's Jewish, but they're not super duper duper religious. They just gave them really religious sounding names. Like my husband's full name is Daniel Aaron Nahum, and if anybody knows, Nahum is one of the books in the Bible. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
and
fucking.
Probably, if any of the three of us were to touch a Bible, it burns us.
No, I picked up a Bible the other
Gollum.
day because I actually have one at my house, and I was rearranging things, and I did pick up a Bible, and it was fine.
Do you live in a hotel?
No, but you know why I have it? I'll tell you.
Okay.
So when I was,
I don't.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you anyway because it's my show too. So the reason I have a Bible, it was
No,
actually.
I'm just saying I don't. I have
Oh, you don't
nothing
have a
to-
Bible at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I do. I do not have any other biblical books, but I do have that one.
Oh, wait, can I stop? Wait a minute.
Oh, wait, that's not true. I do have a book on Buddhism, but it's not a Buddhist teaching. It's just a book about Buddhism.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool book, though. It's
I
really
would not
pretty.
be surprised if somewhere buried under something,
Mm-hmm.
like it was porn. I'll bet you my wife has one.
I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine was given to me by someone who is no longer with us, who actually was very special to me growing up.
Jesus Christ.
No, Jesus did not. Who did give it to me close enough, I guess, would be the minister I had when I was a young one.
Well, now I feel bad.
No.
Well, not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, this was when I was
Tom.
Right,
gave you-
no,
oh, shit.
no,
All right.
no. His name was Bill, though.
Close enough.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
And he was our minister, and we didn't start going to church until I was like closer to like around, I don't know, like 8, 9, 10, somewhere around that age group. So like I didn't even know who Jesus was at one point. Like I had no idea. Like I didn't know like Easter. I didn't know there was a Christian thing about it. Like I remember somebody talking about Jesus like around 6th grade. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
You think when he was a kid, they called Pastor Reverend Bill, whatever, they called him Willie the Jesus Lover?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering.
I wish I could have asked him. Because I would have asked him and we would have had a good laugh over it.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
he was meant to be lighthearted. And,
of course.
Yes.
No, his name was Bill Grossman, and he's he is the first person I ever met that had a doctorate in theology. Mm-hmm. And he was very open-minded and liberal leaning.
What do you call the people? Doctor, pastor, reverend, doctor?
I think it's Dr. Reverend. It was Dr. Reverend.
Dr.
But let me just tell you, he really did insist most people call him Bill.
Oh,
like everybody, like kids, adults, everybody called him Bill.
I can't.
Which
I've
I think
never
is
heard
great.
anybody in real life be called Doctor, Pastor, or whatever.
The technical title would be Dr. Reverend.
Dr. Reverend.
William B. Grossman. That was his full name. And At one point, I actually knew what that stood for. The B stood for, but I don't anymore. Anywho, he was
gross, man.
Yeah,
I know.
he was.
Eight.
Like I said, he was very left leaning. Oh, I was United Methodist. I should say that too. And just yeah. I know. You have to, like, Dan doesn't really understand it either because it was either Catholic or Jewish. So in his family,
I got a little bit more of that, but I know.
Yeah.
I just, all those.
Like, he doesn't understand all those little subsets.
All those, yeah.
Of Christianity, which I do understand some of it because I grew up in it. So I can tell him a little bit about what I know of those little subsets of Christianity. But he finds it somewhat confusing, which is cute.
If it's anything about religion, my brain just goes back to old Eddie Izzard bits.
Right.
That's all I got. Church of
I actually
England
find
shit.
it interesting because I find culture to be interesting, and I find people's cultures to be interesting. Whether they're, I mean, other people's cultures, I think are fascinating. Even if I don't agree with them, I think it's interesting to learn about them. That's all
Mine's
on
not.
that.
Do you need beer?
No, I'm good at the moment. I never say that, but
Well, because I was working on things.
right. So yeah. So anyway, so he was a very left-leaning minister, and I did finally get baptized and confirmed, but I was older when I did that because I wasn't baptized when I was a kid because my parents did not believe in baptizing their children because they thought that was a very personal thing to do, and you should decide on your own if you want to be in a religion or not. They gave us the basic teachings and stuff, but it was, you know, they thought church was like not a bad thing to learn about stuff, but they also they weren't super pressury. But part of it was I really liked the minister. I really, really liked him. I still like him. I mean, if he was still alive, I would like him still. He was a really great man. He believed that abortion was okay. Probably not popular with Christians, especially in the 80s. It's Pete Klein.
So we'll be back in a second, and I'll talk about that ringtone. All right. So what just happened is, as you heard, my phone ring. So first, I don't remember if I've said this story, but that ringtone is a sound from Monty Python. Mm-hmm. And I have this old CD-ROM. Actually, it's a 2 CD-ROM set of Monty Python stuff that you could have. But I don't know if it would work now with Windows. This is for like. This might even be pre-Windows XP. Mm-hmm. And you could do stuff to your computer with it. It had sound bits, sound bites, whatever you call it, clips.
So you could have for So you used it for ringtones.
So I used it for ringtones, and I did that one. Are you gay? For Pete, and I did it one as a joke, and then I was going to show him and haha, and then I was going to change it back to just a regular ringtone, and he goes, no, keep it.
It's like, yeah, he's like, no, I fucking love that.
Yeah, he did. And the problem is I was going door to door for something once. I don't remember if it was my campaign or Alex's campaign, and I'm literally at a door talking to a dude who, it wasn't the person I was looking for. It was like the guy's wife, and this guy was no way in hell voting for anybody green, if you know what I'm saying. And right when I'm there, Pete calls me, and my phone's blasting, "Are you gay?" And like mid-sentence, we both just, our eyes got wide as we looked at each other, and there was nothing I could do. I just was like, what can I tell you, man? It's my friend. He's gay.
He's gay.
I didn't think I got his vote, but at least he laughed at me a little.
I mean, I guess it lightened the mood a little.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't like the best conversation. He was just kind of being douchey. And as soon as I came over, I just was like, all right, you're not getting this guy's vote, and this conversation's over. I might as well just have fun with this. So I was like, hey.
Well, that worked out. Bye.
Gotta go. It's my gay friend. So anyway, I had to go for a second. It was my gay friend.
For your gay friend, Pete.
And
I'm so excited that
we almost did a whole show just on the phone.
I know. We were like, man, this would be so great on the show. But we had no plans.
He is going to have to come on the show and tell his story about recycling.
Yes.
I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to give the punchline.
It was genius.
Right. So and this is a true story. It's one of those guess what happened to me kind of things.
It was great. It was a great story. So it was too bad it wasn't on the show because it was so funny.
Yes. And so, although we did get out of the conversation a new it's not a band name, but it could be a
we were thinking drag name,
stage name, drag name, a porn star name,
could be
whatever.
Yeah, could be. Oh yeah, I didn't think about. Yeah, it could be.
Totally. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, that is a good porn star name.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fantastic! I hope so. I hope a budding porn star sees it one day and uses it.
Yeah, Harry Teamster.
Ah, it's so good.
It's a good name. Yeah,
That's a good one. Yeah.
Especially if you're in film, because most of them are union gigs.
Yeah.
Harry Teamster.
Yeah.
So that is going to be the name of the show. Even though it didn't really happen organically on the show as we were recording, that's too good. It has to be Harry Teamster.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to find the pictures for Harry Teamster.
Oh, it's going to be great.
No, I hope so.
I hope there's already like somebody sort of using that name so you can just go, yep, there they are.
All
Harry
right.
Teamster. I know, it's
I
probably
have
not.
the internet. Well,
I know, but it's probably not going to be, though.
Harry Teamster.
How funny. The last conversation I was talking about my minister that I had, and then I was like, okay, now we're talking about porn stars.
Okay, well, I'm just doing quick looks. Now, most of it's like union logos and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a bunch of white folks as being unions, but nothing that screams out Harry Teamster. But I'll find
Okay,
something.
it'll be a fun journey for you this afternoon. Evening.
Well, let's try Harry Teamster porn star. No, I knew Harry Reams was going to show up.
Right, and I know. I mean, I do know who that is. He's pretty famous.
Yes.
I do not think he's a very attractive man, but that's not always really what matters in porn.
Nope, that's it. All right, that's good because That's speaking of jumping in headfirst.
Actually, speaking of porn,
sure.
Let's talk about that for a second because I had a thought today.
Okay.
And I was actually going to post on it on Facebook, and then I was like, meh, I posted enough things today. I don't want to post anything more today. I posted a few like videos and one like comment. I'm like, I'm done.
Save your porn post for the Lord's Day.
What day is that?
Sunday.
Oh, okay, that's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Anywho, no, I was just thinking about this. Like, people keep talking. I keep seeing people posting things about Trump dude and his relationship with a porn star and a Playboy bunny and sex people in the sex industry on some level, in some way. And every single post about that is in a very derogatory way.
Yep.
Like it's like if it was like
it's disgusting because
they were in
porn.
the sex industry.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's plenty of, and most of my friends are of less left wing or either center or slightly left. So at least so I was like, I saw it again, and a friend of mine posted a joke about it, and I was thinking, something about this has always bothered me, and maybe I just didn't really have the words to explain how my feelings.
I've always caught it.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck cares? He cheated on his wife with other people, and then he tried to hide it. It doesn't matter if it was just some lady like myself off the street that just some random. It doesn't fucking matter.
He could have done it with a Harry Teamster.
He could have done it. It really does not matter who the person was that he had these affairs with. He paid them off to try to win the election.
Yeah.
So that's it. And I'm like it, and it was like the same kind of thing with. To me, it's almost the same thing, as in the same vein as like people saying, "Oh, all these right wing people mocked Gus Wallace because he cried because his dad was on that stage and he was really proud of him." And I'm like, oh, he's disabled or he's nonverbal or he's on the spectrum. He's autistic. He's on the spectrum somewhere. And so people were talking about that. I was like, it doesn't fucking matter if he is autistic. Nobody should be saying shit about that young man who cried because he was full of pride of his dad. Like, it's such a simple idea, and like it's like, who the fuck cares? It shouldn't matter. Any young man should be able to cry if they're happy.
You're not erroneously, but you're making a Venn diagram of an argument
Probably.
because there's definitely overlapping shit there.
Yeah, it is. There's totally overlapping shit there.
But it's not that. I'm trying to do this with my hands. So
yeah,
it's
y'all
really
can't
bad.
see it. Sorry, guys.
Right. And so there's definitely stuff in the middle that is overlapping. It's like just why you're judging people.
Yeah.
Or at least judging the people you shouldn't be judging. You shouldn't be judging
any of those people.
Right.
Nobody should have judged Gus Waltz for crying,
or Stormy
Daniels, or Karen McDougal for being sex workers, and like that's
Stormy Daniels has given a lot of people joy.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has. So has I imagine so has Karen McDougal. Good for them.
Yeah, I don't really know her.
I don't really know her that well too, but she is still in the sex industry. She was a Playboy bunny.
Oh,
and all that,
I'm just saying I don't really know that story that much. I just know the Stormy
Yeah,
Daniels one.
well, they had a very long affair for like a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was. That's what Karen McDougal says, and I believe her.
Poor girl.
So. Yeah, she was really. I guess she really
So kids
thought, like,
don't
they
do
had,
drugs.
I know they.
I don't know if she was drugs involved. I'm just.
She honestly seems like a pretty decent human.
In my head, so does Stormy Daniels. Actually,
Yeah. Oh
from
my
what I've
God,
heard.
I would. I think I'd almost be friends with Stormy Daniels.
I would totally be friends.
I think
and
she
not
seems
in
really cool.
Not in a creepy way. I mean, I think I would totally.
No, yeah, that's true. I mean, we both like women, but it's not about that. I mean, she's attractive, but I mean, it's not about that at all. I just think she seems like somebody I would be cool with, and I don't think people realize she's a Republican.
Who?
Stormy.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, she's not.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
what else?
I'm just, people don't know that. I'm like, she is
No,
actually,
I didn't know.
she is actually, or maybe, she might have changed parties, but she was a Republican and had more Republican, I suppose, leaning views or whatever at one point. But I don't know, how do you be a Republican and be in the sex industry? I guess it's like the same thing to me.
There
and
are.
like, I guess, of course. Well, pimps, I would assume, but obviously,
it's there. My brain is almost spitting this out. It's not quite formulated. It's like runny eggs.
yeah.
It's not.
Well, anyway, I think Stormy seems like a pretty cool person, and whatever her political affiliation, I feel like her and I probably have enough things in common that we would be able to have a really awesome chat, is what I think. I think she'd be really interesting to talk to.
So for me, that connects with sports talk on radio, which we've talked about here, because that's my white noise. And
Right.
And that the minute they stop talking about sports ball, it's male toxic masculinity, right? Well, I mean, technically, kind of professional sports ball is toxic masculinity anyway,
for the
but
most part,
as well. But it again, white noise, that kind of thing. But
Once in a while, you see like something that's not toxic, and you're like, but it's not enough time, sadly.
well, I mean, if you can talk about like who can dribble the best. I said dribble on purpose.
Right.
Awesome, great. That's what I want on my radio, because then I can have to focus on anything that's real. I don't consider it to be real.
Right. Right. You just want to hear stats and
Whatever
games and stuff.
or with a big game, or right.
Yeah,
so
that's your white noise.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the minute they start, using metaphors that are in real life, it's always gross and disgusting, and it always treats women wrongly, whatever, wronger. It's always horrible. It ain't. And so there's a still on the air, sports talk person who I remember, and I'm going to use the term he used, would always, and in a very, obviously if you can use this term, it's derogatory, but even the inflection in his voice when he would talk about a porn skank.
Ew.
Right.
Oh, even just saying that
Right.
makes me feel gross.
It's like, dude, what the fuck's your problem?
Ew, that makes me feel dirty that he would even say that.
Oh, well,
He's a skank.
yeah. So I'm like,
That's what skanky.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
I'm not skanky. You're skanky.
I know, that's so skanky to say. Of course
And,
he's a
and
skank.
it's just like, dude, what the fuck's
He's
your
a scrub.
problem?
TLC would say it. Scrub.
Great.
Scrub.
So yeah, it's that. So all that is relatively connected. You can do the 3-circle Venn diagram where there's stuff in the middle, and it's real. So like the making fun of Gus
Walls.
Walls. Thank you, Walls.
Yep.
I knew it was someone with a W. Making fun of him. Looking at Stormy Daniels in a certain way because she was a porn porn star, and then even that sports radio guy, or even them all. It's that if you don't follow the traditional gender roles or the traditional whatever, then you get to be made fun of.
Right. It's
and
so not cool.
And it's basically my response to that is, you're stupid.
Fucking grow up, man.
Yeah.
Fucking grow up. I mean, that's how I feel. Like we are not in the playground anymore. We're not there anymore.
Well, I can explain it. It's pretty, it's a relatively simple explanation. It's the shit that's been going on, and when these guys their brains were developing, that's what stuck, and they're just stuck in that.
That toxic place.
I'm not saying that her parents are like this, okay? But if she would have come back on the show, I guess if she'd be interested in talking about it, I would, because we did sort of talk about it, but back when Ruby Queen was on a year ago, I don't remember when it was. I'd have to look it up. And she was, discussing how she came from. She lived in a very rural place and grew up in a very rural place, and you would probably, most folks who live in that state are to the right, and
like I was,
the fact
like
that
like my upbringing.
The fact that what she does now is definitely more. Now you couldn't classify as porn. You could say it's burlesque. With nudity involved.
So I guess some people could say sex industry.
She does. Well, no, she has done stripping.
Oh, then
she's been in the
she's in the sex
But she does
industry.
many things. She
Right,
doesn't.
right.
Yeah. But it does usually involve some kind of few clothing and.
Yeah, I guess the whole point is like I just don't
Bending
feel
over a
people
lot.
right. I just
people
don't
throwing
feel,
money at you,
which is great. I just
Yeah,
feel
I'm not-
yeah, it's fantastic. I guess that's the point. Why are we shaming people for being
right.
for just being what they want to be and doing what they want to
And
feeling what they want to feel? Like
she said
it's not, and especially when it's not hurting anyone else. If nothing, like you said, Stormy Daniels is doing a service.
Yeah, and she said that when she first started, the family was a little awkward, but now they're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody knows anything about her, which I do, she is wicked smart. She's like, I don't know if she was valedictorian of her class, but she was like very, very high up in her class when she graduated. She is wicked fucking smart.
Who are we talking about?
Stormy Daniels.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know enough about Karen McDougal's, but
I thought we were still talking about Ruby.
Oh no,
That's
I don't know
why I
about Ruby.
confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
so
sure Ruby's awesome and smart and stuff too, because she seems like it.
Well, I know she graduated from college because she went to school with a kid.
Right.
That's
So
how I know her.
She ain't dumb.
The show was November 8th, 2023. So not even a year old.
Okay,
So just in case you want to go check that out.
check it out.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. I didn't. I knew, like I said, I didn't have words for it. But today I saw a friend that I do respect and like and all that posting something about it in a negative way, and I'm like, man, why are we being all negative about sex? We all, I mean, not everybody, but I would say the majority of humans probably like sex on some level. I mean, there are asexual people, of course, and all kinds of stuff. So there's all kinds of humans in the world. But I mean, I would imagine the majority of us like it. So why are we making it out like it's a bad thing? It's fucking ridiculous. I hate it. I just fucking hate it here.
Well, there's even people who like it but still are ashamed of it because of the way they were brought up. And because of the way some societies are.
Well, I mean, we're definitely way too puritanical in America. There's no question. And I know that there are people out there all the time trying to do good things to make it not like that.
Well, and the hypocrisy of...
Like one of our favorite old porn stars, Marilyn Chambers.
What's she doing?
Well, she's done like videos and stuff talking about sex and stuff as she got older.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. I didn't see the videos. Okay. There was too much talking. Actually, I just didn't know they existed, but still, even though,
Oh, who's the other? There's another one that we've seen that's done like, is it not Seika? Who's like another famous one that we've seen doing videos? I just don't remember. Who
There has been ones with sex in them, but were also more educational as well. And Nina Hartley's done that.
Oh, I think I'm thinking Nina Hartley. I could be wrong about Marilyn Chambers. I think it's Nina Hartley. I was thinking
Nina Hartley's done that. Yes,
Well,
I am
maybe
throwing
Earl
out
Chambers
names.
has done it.
I don't know.
maybe.
She may have. I don't know. If she does, if she has, I do not know.
Yeah.
Is she still alive?
I don't know. We'd have to look that up.
Maybe there's a website like Abe would go to.
Still a little sad about it. Abe was so awesome.
Okay, dude, he was 90-something when
I
he died.
know, but he was
Jesus.
so hilarious.
All right.
I mean,
it's
honestly, it's just like one of those TV shows. It's like one of my favorite TV shows that's ever existed, and his character was literally one of my favorite
Jesus,
characters.
let the man rest in peace.
I know. Abe, I'm still thinking
It's
about
not
you on
like
occasion.
It's like, oh, he was 93. Oh, he left too early. I was like,
No, he
dude,
didn't. He didn't.
come on.
Dude, I met, oh my God, speaking of old people. So I met an elderly woman yesterday at work she told me she was 91. She was the youngest 91-year-old I think I've ever met. She was there with her grandson because her grandson's an artist, and she brought him in to get submission information to see if he could sell in our store. So he was adorable and very talented. I did like what he brought in. I don't know if we'd carry it, but I appreciate, whatever. Submitted anyway. And she was just so like just cool. I think to myself, man, when I'm 91, when she told me she was 91, I honestly was like, no way, girl. I'm like, I'm not trying to butt you up. I just hope I'm that cool when I'm 91. I bet I will be.
Why wouldn't you be?
I bet I'll be that cool.
Do you
She's
think something's
goals.
gonna
I'm just
happen?
saying, that woman that I met yesterday, she was goals.
All right. Well, I mean, I think we are old enough now that I think we're pretty locked in, relatively.
I think so. I feel like I'm either, I'm sure you were probably told the same thing when you were younger. I don't know, maybe you weren't, but I was told as you get older, you tend to get more conservative.
I wasn't told that.
I was told
but
that.
I've heard that.
My mom actually said that to my face, and probably more than one time. And I can tell you, that is not correct. It is actually the opposite has happened to me.
And I'm still going.
Right.
I'm not even done.
I do.
I'm still half baked.
Right. I still try to listen to people on the other side and try not to, because I do, as I've said before, and as Dave knows, I do see myself as kind of a bridge between people, because I'm one of my superpowers, I feel, is listening to other people and doing a moderation in my brain about what's good, what's not, kind of thing. But in my heart of hearts, I'm more liberal than I've ever been. I'm still bleeding. I'm still bleeding that. I'm still bleeding green. I should say.
Okay. If you would take this feedback.
Sure.
I would. And first of all, I really do not like the terms. I do use them, but I try not to. So there are times I really don't use any. But if we're gonna stick with the vocabulary here, I think you've gone beyond what's called liberal.
What do you think that means?
Well, again, I'm back to I don't like the terms. I don't like using terms. I don't like the labels, and so
we don't have a word then.
Well, no, you can use it. You could say more left. You can say more on the radical side. However you want to do it.
I know, and it's not suck. Like, people look at radical as always bad, and radical can be bad, but not. Well, everybody who's radical does bad.
Radical means going totally the opposite way of the status quo. The status quo fucking blows.
Right.
The status quo is the shit we're talking about.
Right.
Porn skank.
Right.
That's the status quo. Mm-hmm. Right. That's how we treat women.
Yeah.
So that, I would say.
I don't even know. Maybe men in the porn industry get treated kind of that way too. I bet maybe not as bad though.
No, I bet people are like, hey, buddy, whoa, boy.
Yeah, even if it's gay porn, they probably still get that more because it's still dudes.
No, okay. Now this is.
Well, I don't know because I don't.
Okay, this is like 3D chess now in terms of Venn diagrams.
Oh
yeah,
now we need
penises.
Now we need to have Pete and Will here to talk about that.
See,
because I have seen some gay porn, but I have not seen enough to really.
No. But this is like 3D chess we're talking here. Okay, this is not 2-dimensional. A flat piece of paper.
Either way, I don't fucking care if you're he, she, them. I don't fucking care what your gender is. If you do porn, good for you. People watch it. If that's what you really want to do, and people watch it and they get off and they're happy when they go to sleep at night, fucking amen. Look, ain't nothing wrong with that, I feel.
Do you know what else is a noble profession? Making shoes.
100%.
Right. I mean, okay.
Well, I love shoes.
I'm
so
going to use this
obviously.
word on purpose just for a snicker. But if you are a cobbler, bless you. If you cobble and you make shoes, I know nobody calls themselves a cobbler anymore. But if you
I mean, there are people that still do that, like with. I mean, but
I know
those
what you
kinds of shoes are super expensive.
I'm just using that word.
I know.
So if you are a cobbler or whatever you want to call it, you're doing the made up Lord's work. Okay, that's great. So, it's the same. I'm using that as a metaphor. So, if you are a sex worker, bless you. Now, you are some people. Porn as well it's really not as much of a choice, and that's not good.
Right? No, that's bad. If it's something that's why I specifically
Yeah.
said if this is something you want to
Right,
do and you're
right.
passionate about it. Like I love having sex with people. I love being in front of a camera and having sex with people. Well, fuck, that's awesome. Good for
And
you.
you get paid for it.
And get paid for it. Hell, fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Get your freak on. Do it. Let people give you some money for it. Fantastic.
Because look, are you having sex? Yes, you are absolutely, totally, 100% having sex. But they don't tend to show too much. But I have read on the internet, so it must be true, that, but when you think about it, it's not just like someone turns on well, maybe on OnlyFans, but like for real commercial porn, it's not someone just clicks record on a camera and then walks out. Okay, you two have sex in private now. There's like hairy Teamsters.
Yeah, there's people there directing you, like
and camera people, and there's
it's like I need
gaffers
you,
and
right. There's like you have to move a little bit so I can get the right angle.
and there's editing,
Hey, could
so
guys,
you don't see like when
they
you're
actually have stopped and they're just sitting there with each other, just like
fixing the lighting.
Or, okay, you guys stop for a minute. We got to do this thing. Oh, I got to fix her hair.
Or okay, think
Whatever.
about when you have sex and it's not like in a porn movie and like somebody farts or they edit that out.
Yeah,
Right.
'cause that happens. So
Right,
I mean, right.
or something like, oh, my back. Hold on, I got it.
Yep, that would be me.
Well, whoever that wasn't toward anything. That wasn't geared
Yeah,
toward
but
anyway.
we're old people now, so that's totally
Even
the kind
young
of things
people,
that
if you
happen.
hold a position,
You're like,
a little too much.
I gotta move a little bit.
Yeah, we got to change positions.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's not really as glamorous as you think, or if you think porn is
It's
glamorous.
just like making a movie.
Yeah,
It's
only
like
you're
everything.
you got something inserted in you, or you're inserting something.
Right.
And yes, maybe they are enjoying it, and maybe there is to the point of an orgasm, maybe.
I mean,
but
I
it's
kind of
still
hope
work.
sometime- I mean, yeah, it's still work, and yeah, it's still work. And I don't feel like it's so looked down upon. Other than,
It
like
is.
other people that are in movies that aren't having sex with other people, they're like these superstars and stuff. And like, I would actually have to say
So-
some of porn is probably even harder than that.
So where I was going, this is a long way to get there, but so this would be probably the major thing. I'm not going to tell you I have it completely memorized because I'll use the terminology. Like people on the left, we do like to talk about issues a lot, and we can't keep things short. The Green Party's national platform here in the United States does not differentiate in that a lot in terms of prostitution. There are, whatever word you want to use, escorts, whatever, who totally do it because they want to. And for some people, that blows their mind. They can't believe that somebody would do that willingly, choose that as a profession. But there are.
But there are.
And even the Green Party, which no longer is trying to reform capitalism. I don't remember if we've talked about it in the show. We are straight up socialist, and that happened about 4 or 5 years ago. Adjustments to our platform. We are socialist. I'll say small s, whatever. But when it comes to something like prostitution, the Green Party's platform just lumps everybody and is calling for the Swedish model, which professional, I'm going to say they don't, prostitutes don't seem to care if you use this word. They don't take it as a negative. Where prostitutes have said the Swedish model sucks ass and is actually not beneficial to prostitutes. It still creates harmful situations. It just needs to be fucking legalized and leave them the fuck alone. Now, if someone is forced to participate in that, that should be illegal. That's forced anything. You force little kids to make shoes.
Right.
That's where I was going.
Right.
You force little kids to make shoes in a fucking sweatshop, your ass should be in jail.
Right.
You force someone to have sex for money that they don't even get any of the money, you should go to jail. That should be illegal.
I think that's why if they made it legal, I feel like there'd be less of that.
But the Green, collectively, the Green Party.
I'm not saying it's not going to happen, because it'll still fucking happen, especially when it comes down to, men and women who have, bad drug addictions and stuff. So,
dude,
they can fall prey to pimps. I feel pretty easily.
Oh my god, of course. So look, I'm really trying not
if it was legalized, it would be easier to. I feel like it would be easier to get out of it, because what you're doing is not technically illegal. So you can go to the cops and say, I am being made to do this, and they're taking all my money from me, because you're not going to get in trouble for doing what you're doing.
The same thing, legalizing drugs would do the same thing.
Right. So I still feel like it's still going to happen, but it probably won't happen as often, and there will be there could be repercussions for it.
Yeah. So, I was going somewhere. Dang it.
I don't know, but we don't like it when people are assholes about the sex industry. I think that's probably pretty clear in our message, but
yeah. And so I would really like. So a few years back, it was on Twitter of all things. I got into a conversation with somebody who it started off about the Green Party, and she either was, maybe still is, was a sex worker or something. It was somewhere connected to the field. Mm-hmm. But we were talking about the Green Party. And she said that, I'm really down with them except for their position on sex workers. And I had no idea what their position was. I had to go back to gp.org and look up the platform. And I was like, ooh, this is icky. And I was like, well, look, and I think at the time I may have been on the national committee, which I dipped my toe into that pond for a very short time and could not. I was like, nope, not for me. And I was like, man, I'm on the national committee. When the next presidential election comes up, I could work on suggesting a platform change, but I feel weird I am so far away from being in the sex industry.
Like it feels like it'd be like, I'm not the person to do it.
I'm not the person to do it. And the whole platform thing came up again just recently because we just had our national convention to pick Jill Stein as our candidate, and who should vote for anyway. But we'll get to that another show. And I sat there looking at this platform planking and going, man, this fucking sucks. I love everything about this party for the most part, except for this. And I'm just like, I can't lead the charge on this. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know anybody who's agreeing that would be more appropriate to lead the charge on this. And I don't know what to do. I would love to change it.
What does it say currently?
It's the thing that prostitution's bad, okay? And yeah. Basically, I summarized it.
That's weird. I'm kind of surprised at that's how they.
So
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's. I guess some people think it's bad. I don't think it's 100% bad.
Right. I know. Yeah. So I have.
I think it can be bad. It's not 100%.
Well, we've talked about that. We just said it.
Yeah.
If
some people like it. If you're into it, if that's what you want to do with your life, yay.
And I think it was on West Wing of all places. There was they always do this. They skirt around getting the issue right, and then they fuck it up at the end. I don't know. Time. It seems like we've been here forever because of our conversation with Peter. We had to pause and we've done like 2 hours of show and we're like 40 minutes in. Yeah. So and the quote punchline, or whatever we call it, was, well, no little girl ever says I want to grow up to be a prostitute. I'm like, dude.
Well, yeah, they don't, because they don't even know what sex is.
Right. And secondly, I didn't grow up saying I want to be a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
You don't. How many people, when you were a kid? Okay, dude, when I was 4, I wanted to be a garbage man because I wanted to ride in the back of the truck. Okay?
I mean, some people might that, but very few probably.
Right. Very few people actually do what they say they want to be when they're kids.
Right.
Right. So it's just it was a shit line. And
I probably did know I'd want to work in a museum, though. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I've liked museums since I was very little.
Okay, but you didn't go around telling anybody.
No. No.
Yeah, that wasn't like your driving passion.
No, it was not my
Right,
driving.
that's what I'm
Because if
saying.
it was, I would have gone to museum school, and I did not.
Right. There's a museum school?
There is. You can go to school to I mean,
Schools
honestly,
for
if you
almost
want to be a
everything.
curator, you really should go to school for that.
There should be a prostitute school.
Maybe.
My $1 million idea. I just got it. Hoe school.
Hoe school. How to be a hoe.
Hoe cakes. Hoes got to eat too.
I don't.
Anybody?
Well, you'd have to find a hoe to run the school because you can't do it because you're
Oh,
not a
no,
hoe.
no.
But we'd find somebody who was really awesome and
No, I would just be the janitor.
right because we don't know shit about being.
No,
a hoe.
I could sweep, though. I could mop. Nah, I'd be the weird, creepy janitor. I couldn't do it.
I
They'd,
know. It
they'd
would be
ask
so
me to leave.
weird. I know. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dave Meredith.
I'm Dave,
Mop your
just
floor.
That guy.
Can I pick up your tissues?
Stop. You're so funny. Hi.
Clean your dildo, ma'am? Walking around with a squeegee.
Oh my god! You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of
Wipe
how
down your fuck machine, ma'am?
right. I'm just like thinking about when you because I've seen a few TV shows or documentaries about whorehouses and like the rooms and stuff, and yeah, you do I mean that's what they have like
Got
the
to.
rooms and they have like all their toys in there and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and so
They got to take care of that shit, man.
yeah,
You
and there's
can't just
some
let
rooms
it-
that are themed and stuff. So yeah, somebody's got to clean that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to have that job.
All those reality shows, dirtiest jobs or the world, whatever. Dildo cleaner at the whatever ranch.
Yeah,
I can't remember
whatever.
what it's called.
Oh, Moonlight Bunny Ranch. That
Sure,
was
whatever.
like that was a famous one in Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy
So-
after it was still on the ticket after he died, and he was still on the ticket. in
Mr.
Nevada.
Teamster, it says here on your resume you were a dildo cleaner. Tell me about that job, that position. No
Well-
pun intended.
Well, they'd use it with their.
It was a
their
union
people,
gig.
and I'd clean it after they'd been in other holes. It was it was trying to be safe.
I was the fastest dildo cleaner in the West. I'd host her with my I had Santa wipes.
You
and
have your like Santa wipes.
yeah,
and
because you're in
your,
Nevada, you're in the desert. You
I
gotta,
mean, yeah.
every once in a while, if I wore my spurs, they let me sit in. I don't even know what that is.
No,
It's just fucking- oh man. All right,
What's wrong with us?
I don't know. Too much beer is part of it.
Hey, what else? What else is on that list, Dave? Sorry.
Yeah, nothing like
got
that.
You got to hear
Okay,
all my
no,
coughing,
I
stopping.
can. No, I can segue into something a little bit less cleaning dildo-y. Actually, I didn't write that down though.
Cleaning dildos.
Something like that.
All right, I'm gonna grab one more beer then while you're thinking about it.
No, I got it. So something
There's only one more left. Did I?
I don't know. You don't have it, but have a beer. So yeah, it was that whole Pete discussion that we lost our timing with the beer and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if this
know.
was like. I think I've only had. Did you have 6?
I'm not. Yeah, it was a 6-pack.
Okay, I had only had 2, so this is the third.
Okay, whatever. So something interesting. I noticed this over the past few weeks. So speaking of porn, okay, kind of. How about sexuality on the internet? How about that?
Oh, I love that.
Okay,
Let's
so
talk about it.
like particularly more Stewart's. Okay, because I have multiple social media feeds and many platforms for all the different things I do. There's the activisty stuff. There's just me, which even my stuff with my name on it has
It's usually
activism.
activisty.
I don't tend to go, look what I had for dinner.
No, you don't.
I don't. I was like, bologna sandwich. Woo! You know, who wants to see?
I mean, if it was a really good looking bologna sandwich, I'd be happy for you, though.
Nah,
I
it's
would
just-
give you a thumbs up or something.
That's fine. I'd appreciate it, but I think it'd just be a pity thumbs up. But that's okay. I eat to get it done. Like to do the I gotta eat or else I get
Right, yeah, I know.
So so I'm noticing in Stewart's Instagram feed, it was so there have been studies. I'm getting scientific for just a moment, but there have been studies that looking at people you think are attractive is actually good for you. It's a quick dopamine hit.
Well, that
It's
makes
not-
sense to me.
Even if it's just a quick, like if it's somebody, talking.
No, that actually, I mean, honestly, that kind of makes sense to me.
So, okay, I'm. This is tangent, but I swear I'm staying on topic. But I'll come back to the main theme here. A few weeks ago or whatever, I was helping our friend Michael. I was helping him, a family member of his, move furniture, like we do for each other, and we were taking a break, and we were just the two of us sitting outside, and we were talking. We were having a conversation about something that was serious that adults talk about. I don't want to get into the details. It's not important. It's not the point.
Okay.
But it was
not
serious.
the point of this.
But it was like
But
serious.
it was serious.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And just in the middle of it, I just kind of stopped and I went, remember when we used to sit around and talk about who has nice asses? And now we're talking about like nursing homes and shit.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's just like we've talked about that in the show, how we used to have way more of the sexy talk and do stuff like that, and now we talk more about tomatoes and gardening.
Yeah, and our kids and our...
Right.
I mean, I've probably on some level always talked about my kid, but I mean...
Well, sure. No, absolutely.
Yeah, but still, like, we don't...
Okay, in our 20s, it wasn't all about who has a nice ass. But still.
But it was still, like, I mean,
You're
it was
hanging
still
out with your friends and you had...
Right. You're like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Or like, did you see so-and-so who was out with so-and-so? And like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
whatever, yeah. And now it's, like, oh, hey, my back. Right. So I'm noticing on Stuart's Instagram feed, now it's not exactly like that, talking about nursing homes and oh, hey, my back, but it was a very nice dopamine hit. Like if I just needed a little pick me up, oh look, there's a butt.
Yeah,
there's some side boob.
Yeah.
You know, just
I love a good side boob shot.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
Right. But there's, at least in Stuart's feed, there's not, almost none. And there hasn't been anybody unfollowed. It's just the entire feed is about genocide now. Which I'm there and I'm liking and sharing and I'm doing the things to keep the algorithm focused and I'm, to me that's activism. But I was like, man, I just wanted one side boob, dude. Can you just throw a brother or something? A little
Can
something?
you show me a side boob?
Just something, a little.
I mean, genocide is important, and
I'm
we
there
should talk
for it,
about
and I will totally do all the things I got to do.
100%.
But can at least a ratio here?
Well, I
1
think
to
it's the
5?
same thing. Like when when I talked about, like, I took a break a little bit from talking about politics on social media. I took like a 2-month break from it because I was fucking burnt out. I was really struggling, and I was like, I can't talk about this for a while. I've got to like, oh look, here's a dog. Oh look, there's a cute butt. Oh look, like, I think it's almost on that. I feel like it's that level, like. Wow, life is really hard right now for a lot of people, and it makes me really sad.
So you think
I wish I had a dopamine burst with a side boob shot at the moment.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just making an observation that the feed, the Stuart feed, because like the other activisty feeds, there's nothing like that. There's not supposed to be. I'm not trying to do that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not. I'm trying to focus on other issues there. Stuart's promotes the show, promotes Stuart Burdasco Radio, and sometimes for the person who does all the work, it's a nice little dopamine hit.
Right.
Side boob.
Right.
Could you mix in just a little? Just give a brother a little something.
Right. I get it. 100%.
That's all. That's all. And so I've just noticed that over the past couple of weeks. I'm like, I'm still here for the activism. I'm still to do whatever I got to do, but help a brother out, man.
Well, obviously, you look at my feed on Facebook. I do obviously talk about politics and social.
Your interests are also way more varied than mine.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Right. But I do post about art. I do post pictures of my dog. And to me, those are like the like, or just something really stupid that was just like whatever. Like today I posted a video that somebody else did in the 80s. Everybody who knows this knows this. If you wanted to hear a song over and over again, how you had to do it, if it was a popular song, you had to listen to Casey Kasem on the top 40.
Okay.
And then record it.
Oh yeah.
You had to start like, okay, there, in this case they were talking about the song St. Elmo's Fire (parentheses Man in Motion) by Jack Parr.
Thanks for the parentheses, because Never mind.
That's what it was called. That's what the song was. You know the song.
Nobody called it that, but
that was what it was. But that is actually the name of the song. Anyway, they were using that as an example, and honestly, I think I did have that on one of those tapes. But that's the kind of stuff I like to like. I'll talk about big issues and shit that's important to me, and then I'll sprinkle in something that's just kind of innocuous and like silly and like because I can't fucking do it all the time, because I will. Just like you, I feel like I will keep doing it because it's just in my nature.
Well, usually when I'm like, okay, I'm done, I just won't be online. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I've taken months. I've taken breaks. Like I've taken several month long breaks. You know what?
As soon as that came out of my mouth, I had to go, wait, Dave, that's not true. That's not true. Bring it back. I just don't post it. Like, oh, look at this 14th video I've seen, a reaction video of a Neil Peart drum solo.
Right, but that's a dopamine thing for you, which you fucking need.
No,
right. You need that
but
dopamine.
I'm not posting it online.
Right, you're not posting all right, I've watched 10 videos of drummers because this is actually what makes me happy right now.
Yeah, okay. Now
and for me, it would be watching like pit bulls and videos.
Stuart Copeland acting like a dork on.
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's adorable.
Oh, okay, well, that's...
I do. Well, he's so fucking talented. Like, he was like one of those people that people don't even know how fucking talented he is because Sting's the big name, but Stuart Copeland's fucking awesome.
All right, well, if I can get dorky for just a second, that was always my thing between the two drummers that really make me move body parts, kind of, so to speak.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland.
Stuart and Neil. And so
Makes sense.
Neil, I can...
And very different kinds of drumming, but so good.
Neil, I can air drum to, and it's hard, but I have fun with it.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
like,
but
so
I have fun
fast.
with it. And Stuart Copeland, I can't fucking do. That's just, I don't even try.
It's because he does like
so
this
syncopated.
It's like he does his own thing. Yeah, it's very different.
I cannot. I
understand what you mean.
And because I've like been in the car at times back when I used to listen to music on the radio. Now if I want to listen to music,
about every little thing she does is magic. I'm like, yeah, there's
and that's not even one of the crazy ass songs that they do. And that, so like there was something that happened where there was it just happens on occasion, I'm sure, some classic rock station, and there was like a Rush song followed by a Police song. And so I'm driving along and I'm air drum to Neil safely. Don't worry. I was paying attention. I know how to do it. And then the Police came on and I was just having fun air drum. I'm like, I had to stop. I had to stop. I'm like, I can't do this.
I can't air drum to him.
I can't do this. I mean, it's fucking amazing. I had to just sit there and tap like that. I couldn't do anything actual drumming because it's hard. Stuart Copeland.
He does it like in a way that's kind of like, it's almost like singing. Because he doesn't, it's like he's with the music, but he also has like this other part. He's amazing. He's fucking amazing. I love Stuart Copeland.
that can be my dopamine hit at times, but I'm not going. I have on occasion once in a while, but it's been years since I've gone, hey, look at this drum solo, or look at this song. I forgot about this song. I haven't done that in years.
Oh, Dan and I do that pretty regularly.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad to do it. I'm just saying.
I introduced Dan to Buddy Guy. He'd never even heard of him until I introduced him to him, and he was like, "What?" Like he had no idea that this person existed.
Well, there's a ton of people that. No, I mean, there's a ton of musicians that were folks just unless you're into that.
Well, I mean, you should know about, but a drummer like that you should know about.
Yeah, well, there's a gazillion people who know the Police. I don't know if they know the names other than Sting.
It's Andy Summers
and yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know.
But there's a lot of folks who I bet you. I wonder, out of all the people that went to that concert at Hollander Stadium, how many people know all the members of the band, the Police? I'm
gonna guess because, well, I mean, the people who don't remember is because they did a lot of drugs. But those people are our age, and they probably do remember. Or I remember people from my childhood. I don't know anybody now
unless they only went to go see Flock of Seagulls.
Nobody did that.
There had been one dude. Come on, there was one dude.
You know what? And I know Flock of Seagulls,
Who
and
was
I do
really
not know
the key-
any of their
I
names.
don't know any of their names.
And I know I did at some
There's
point.
Fred Siegel.
Yeah.
There's Jimmy Flock.
Did you know the I think he was the bass. Was he the bass player? One of the members of it was like super young. He was like 16 or something.
They had a bass player. I have no idea.
I don't know.
All they
Somebody
had
did. There was
stupid
somebody,
hair
yeah.
guy on the keyboards. That's all they had. I don't remember anything else from that band.
Is that who opened up for them?
Yo,
that one?
oh my God, dude! It was Flock of Seagulls, The Fix, and then Police.
Oh, the Fix.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally like the Fix actually. I mean, I don't hate Flock of Seagulls, but I only know like 3 songs by them.
I almost ended up in the hospital.
Did you?
My sunburn was so bad. I took no precaution. I was like 16. I didn't fucking.
I think Jerry was at. I think Jerry was at that concert too.
Yeah. I was so I mean it was bad. I mean it was like I was stuck like kind of laying and like my mother was putting cold cloths on my stomach.
That's real bad,
It was
then.
really that was
Like you
dangerous
could have
level.
maybe gone to the hospital maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It was, you know,
But your mom worked in a
Great show.
jail.
Great
so
show.
she knew all about that shit.
yeah, great show though.
Oh, I mean, it's that tour was so famous.
I mean now
that was the Synchronicity tour, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that tour. Like I can, even though I didn't see it, I saw so much footage of that, like on MTV and stuff back in the day. Like I know what it looked like.
Yeah.
Like I remember what Sting was wearing, and that I can still picture it right now because it was shown so often.
I mean now
I'm getting a little bit excited about the nostalgia.
if I would have gone now, I mean, I would have been wearing like a suit of armor with sunblock 100 proof or whatever they.
Right.
I would just, yeah, worn one of those umbrella hats. Could not care how dorky I looked. Heads up, Dad's coming. I don't care. I don't have sunburn. Yep, with my sandals and socks and
socks and sandals.
yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome. I'm really excited about the concert I'm going to soon.
I haven't been
Jesus
to
and
anything
Mary.
live.
It's Jesus and Mary Chain and Psychedelic Furs. Very excited about it. Coming to
I
Kodak
heard
Theater.
of both. But is it personal to ask? How much were the tickets for that?
I honestly don't know a damn about them.
Okay.
But knowing my husband, I don't know, because they were really good seats, so they might have been a little pricey. But I mean, I'm gonna guess maybe for the two around maybe 150-ish.
For two?
Probably, yeah, I think so, because we got really good seats. Like he was on there like the day they were being sold to make sure we got good seats.
I don't know what I'm trying to think.
I mean,
of
Bruce
who-
Springsteen was like almost $500 for 2 seats.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
can't hate that I did that though, because it really was an amazing show.
So all right, so here's the deal. So on Rush's last tour, they came to, if I remember correctly, they came to Darien Lake, and I think our friend Sean and Renee went. And I think he told me, I think the seats were like, the tickets were going for like $400 each or something.
Wow.
And
But it's, oh man.
I know. Well,
I mean, it's Rush, but the same
nobody
time,
knew it was the last tour.
Oh, okay.
And nobody, and I'm like, look, I love them. I've seen them twice, and I don't know that kind of cash.
Yeah, I
to
don't have
spend,
that kind of
right?
money. Yeah.
And so a few weeks ago, I finished the Geddy Lee autobiography,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you were telling me that you were
and
reading
so
it.
reading about how it is they went on tour and the way the stuff was set up and stuff like that, it gave me a little bit. I mean, is there gouging? Is there people getting money that don't deserve to get money off it?
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
of course, yeah.
Of course they are. It sucks.
But to understand what the people and the technology needed to put on their show, okay, that was a little more. I get it a little bit more. So, I mean,
because they probably have like a pretty cool stage show,
and
all that stuff, I would imagine.
it evolved as each tour
right.
went on.
I imagine it would be probably pretty.
Yeah, and
awesome.
it was pretty well, it was okay. So when you think about awesome stage shows, there's like tons of lights and shit blowing up and all that
Not
jazz.
always.
Well, right, but yeah,
I mean,
Rush
the best stage show I've ever seen now that I've seen it, the best one I've ever seen was the one I saw recently when I oh my god, why am I totally Peter Gabriel?
Yeah, and that's
stage show I've
right,
ever seen.
and that's a different thing. And with Pete, he tends to do shit where he's flying in the air and he's under the stage and he's popping up in
Yeah,
spaces.
yeah, he
and,
does kinda
and
do that,
and that
yeah. Mm-hmm.
takes hydraulics, and that takes that's not like a Scooby-Doo trapdoor.
Right, right.
That's like some other shit.
I'm trying to remember if I think he did do some of that, a little bit of that, but it was mostly just really, really great visuals and stuff behind him.
And the last Rush tour I saw was, my God, 150 years ago. I think it was the Presto tour, and they had the world's largest inflatable bunnies on stage that would actually sway to music too.
Oh my God, I love that.
Right. And
That's so cool.
And if you
and I'm not even a Rush fan, but I love that.
The cover of Presto has rabbits on it, so
Okay,
it
that's
went
why.
and it went with
that's
that.
cute.
But
I
then
love it.
and even the book started talking about how if you went to a Rush show or you saw concert footage or pictures, you're like, okay, why are there fucking drying machines on there, like a washer and dryer?
Mm-hmm.
Why are there dryers? Why is there a rotisserie chicken? What the fuck's going on? And the book started to explain a little bit of how that started to happen. And at times it'd be like in band kind of jokes, and other times it had to do with music or whatever theme they were doing. And so it started to give me an understanding of, okay, so now I can understand why the price is relatively high. I mean, $400 though is a little much.
Was that just one ticket?
I think, if I remember right.
Yikes.
Maybe I was wrong, but I just
Yeah, because Bruce Springsteen, and we had good seats for that, and that's the most I've ever spent for a ticket.
And so
Again, I still say it was worth it, but it was the most
I
I've ever
still haven't, and it's just I haven't gone to stuff in a really long time, and I do kind of, you know what I'd really like to do, which is probably the last time I've done anything on purpose to see something live. It was probably last time I was in DC, and I went to a jazz club. And that's kind of what I would like to do. I would like to do something that's a little bit not necessarily, I mean, because the concert thing is one kind of experience, but that setting where there's maybe 50 people in the room.
Oh, those are magical moments.
Yeah,
really. I agree. Those
and
are
like
good
I'm
times.
like I'm not as close as you and me to when I saw Mark Whitfield, but I was fucking there. I mean, I was like right up on him, and
I kind of felt like that. I mean, now I'm going really old school Rochester, but Milestones was kind of like that. When you went to Milestones, you could have like that kind of experience with a musician.
AJ Croce, when I saw him when he came into town.
Oh, you did? You saw
Yeah.
AJ Croce there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It was after his first album too. It was his first, like the first album that came out that really gave him kind of a name, and then he got, I won't say he got weird, but he
Whatever,
got different.
whatever.
Yeah. But that first album, I still is one of my go-to in the car
that's
albums.
cool. That's cool.
And yeah. So that kind of intimate. But
Yeah,
that's kind of
Jerry and I
what I would
saw
like to
John
do.
S. Hall there from, oh my God, why am I totally blanking? Detachable Penis.
Yeah, I know Detachable Penis. God damn it!
I
Thanks.
know, I've been
Melissa.
drinking.
No, somebody. Now I gotta look. All right, this is gonna end the show. Who did
This
it? And I know you're there listening,
You're
screaming
like, I
it
fucking
out.
know it. Detachable penis. Burn, 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 burn.
King Missile.
King Missile, thank you.
Jesus
He
Christ.
was there just by himself.
I would have been here all day.
He
I
was
wouldn't
there
have
by
gone.
himself. It was not the rest of the band. It was just him, not with King Missile. It was him and one other person. It was a woman playing cello, and it was awesome. That was it. That was the band at Milestones. It was such a great show. Yeah.
Well, remember when we started this and we didn't have anything to say?
We do. We always do. I mean, most of the time we do. We think we don't have anything, and then we.
Well, I didn't have
chatting.
anything. I mean, you should. Oh my God, the stuff was written down here. I was going to talk about my ASL class.
We did not talk about Kamala's, but we have that. We can still talk about that another time.
Well,
if
yeah,
want to.
we can talk about that next week if we must.
If we must.
All right, so I'm sure we'll talk about the Labor Day parade, which is taking place in a few days, because that'll be interesting. We're going to be the very end of the line, and we're going to be the Green Party, and everyone is going to hate us. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, dude. You just have to enjoy it.
Maybe I should dress up like a Rockette or something and all in green. That'd be fun.
Wow, you're going to go hard. All
Well,
right.
or like I mean, not like nudie wise, but just like really extravagant and like.
I understand.
woo!
You know why?
No,
That's an
I'm
awesome
joking.
idea.
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't do
Because
that.
no one else would be doing it. It would be very odd.
I know. It's just funny. It just came into my head for a
Oh, okay.
second. I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing it either.
No.
Okay.
I just have to hope I have something green. I think I do.
All right, tell me I'll scrunch something up if you don't.
I think I do.
Or Eve might.
No, I think I do.
Okay. All right, so we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't know. I may have greased the skids here. Maybe Pete and or Will be here sometime
That'd be
soon.
fun.
Maybe next week. Yeah, absolutely.
You missed them.
And, I don't know, have a good week.
Have a
Take
good
care
week,
of yourself.
people.
Watch some porn or something, you know.
Yeah, no
Applaud
judgment.
porn.
Yeah, applaud it.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with it, man. That's right.
Well, except for bad porn.
Well, it's only wrong if people don't really want to do it. If they are into it and they love it, we should love it for them too. That's all.
Okay. All right. Peace.
Bye. We heard you. Miracle Whip sucks. Nobody wants to put that shit on anything. But we have tankers full of that stuff. One day, we were scrolling through comments on our social media when we saw Incel 6996's comment.
OMG, Miracle Whip sucks. Stick that stuff up your ass.
And we figured, why not? So introducing our newest product, the Whip Anal Lube. Don't put the whip on your BLT. Yuck. Use the whip for the only thing it seems to be good for. Hot, greasy, backdoor love. Our secret recipe is guaranteed to spice up your love life while saving you from a life of gross white goo on your food. The Whip. Stick it up your ass.
The Whip is not a water-based lube. Do not use the Whip with condoms or sex toys. While using the Whip for anal sex will not change its flavor, do not eat the Whip after use with butt stuff. The Whip will make a perfect gift if your secret Santa is a lintet. While not tested by the Food and Drug Administration, we think the Whip may kill chlamydia, syphilis, and Magellan butt diphtheria, a rare sexually transmitted infection currently threatening penguins. The Whip anal lube is not recommended for daytime beach sex or any other place where the temperature reaches 72 degrees Fahrenheit or more. Do not use the Whip if you are allergic to the Whip. While being anal lube, the Whip does not want to deal with your shit. Anal douche with something that will cut through the Whip. We recommend Uncle Chi Chi's hot sauce and massage oil. We don't care what TikTok says. The Whip will not prevent or cure COVID. All hail the Whip.